My name is Riane and I'm a volunteer. And today I'm going to read to you about the history of table tennis. Like several other sports, such as bowling, table tennis was inspired by bad weather. Basically, it's an indoor version of the outdoor game of tennis. Some say that it was invented on a cold, rainy day in South Africa. Others say that it got its start in the United States. And still others argue that it was first played by British Army officers stationed in India. However, most experts agree that it came around in England around 1890. The original table tennis equipment was all homemade. The ball was a tightly wound string. Books were put down the middle to serve as the net, and the paddles were cut from thick pieces of cardboard. As the game gained popularity, the equipment improved. The books were the first thing to go. An old badminton net was cut down to size and hung across a dining room table. In another version, the net was strung between the backs of chairs and the game was played on the floor. Balls of cork or rubber soon replaced those of string. Some of the balls were covered with cloth or knitted webbing. Originally, the purpose of this outer cover was to slow the ball down and to cushion the impact on household furnishings. But it was soon discovered that it made the game more fun by causing the ball to spin in all sorts of fantastic ways. The balls we use for table tennis today were invented in the United States as toys for toddlers. On a visit to America in 1901, Englishman James Gribb noticed a group of children playing with hollow celluloid balls of various colors. Returning to England with a suitcase full of the balls, he tried them out for table tennis and found that they were perfectly suited for the game. The original cardboard paddles fell apart really quickly, so a sturdier substance was needed. You would think that wood would be the obvious choice, but it wasn't. Someone invented something truly bizarre. It was a paddle with an exceedingly long handle and a hollow striking surface. Covered with hard leather, it looked and sounded like a little drum. Finally, the obvious was hit upon: wooden paddles. They were shaped like the ones we use today and were also about the same size and weight. But there was a problem. The surface was too slick to give players control over the ball. In 1904, table tennis enthusiast E.C. Good was in need for a remedy for a headache. Noticing a studded rubber mat on the drugstore counter, the thought came to him that it might be an excellent surface for a table tennis paddle. His headache forgotten, Good bought the mat. He took it home, cut it down to size, and glued it to a paddle. The new paddle gave Good a lot more control over the ball. In fact, it improved Good's game so much that he challenged the British national champion and won 50 games to 3. Manufacturers of sporting goods competed too, each coming out with their own set of equipment packaged under their particular name for the game. Among the names used were Gossamer, Whiff Waff, House Tennis, and Flim Flam. The Parker Brothers Company of Massachusetts was also looking for a trade name for their version. One day in 1920, an employee noticed that when the ball hit the table, it sounded like pong, and when it hit the paddle, the sound was ping. And just like that, a great new name for the game was born: Pong Ping. Of course, a little improvement was needed here. In this case, a switch in the word order. And after its name change, it's been ping pong ever since. Now here are some fun facts about table tennis. At the 1956 World Table Tennis Championships, Richard Bergman of England held up a match for an hour because the ball in use was too soft and not really round. He examined 192 balls before he found one that he liked. The longest ever ping pong rally in a championship match occurred in 1936. The rally lasted for 1 hour and 58 minutes. The youngest international champion in table tennis and in any sport, was 8-year-old Joy Foster of Jamaica. 21 has been the winning score in ping pong ever since the earliest days of the game. And the highest recorded speed for a ping pong ball to travel is 105.6 miles per hour. I hope you enjoyed.